All right, so get yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and get into this meditation with us. Let me turn that down a little bit. All right, we're going to take 3 deep breaths, grounding ourselves. So, number 1, in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2, in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're now going to imagine a bright crystalline light from above appear and enter the top of our head. This beautiful crystalline light feels like warm love filling each crevice of your being. It travels from the top of your head down to the third eye, activating and balancing your energy source. From there, it travels down to the throat, swirling and activating your truth center, filling your being with more love than you've ever felt before in your life. Sit here for a moment and truly feel the magnificence of this. Something greater than yourself thought enough of you to create this life, and you're being given you this magnificent heart, beautiful purpose here on earth. This purpose is known to your soul. You chose this life and this purpose before you came to be here on earth. You don't have to have all the answers now. You just need to know it's always been inside of you, waiting for you to rediscover it and step into it. From here, the energy travels to the core of your being, activating your inner power, your confidence, and your self-worth. It moves down to the solar plexus area below the belly button and sends love to the space where you create new life from, activating, healing, and balancing this space. The energy then travels to your hips, shaking loose any stuck or trapped emotions, and allows your body to transmute it to love and inner truth. It then moves to the root, your grounding life, line to your being here on earth, and swirls and strengthens your connection to Mother Earth. Without this space, we lack clarity and balance in all things in life. From here, the crystalline energy flows down both legs, from the thighs to the knees, to the ankles, to the bottoms of your feet, and then it enters the floor, traveling into the earth, through the many different layers of rock, dirt, crystal caves, and into the core, where this crystalline energy attaches and stays. From the core, energy travels up, and a yin and yang effect of crystalline energy from above and energy from Gaia swirl in a counterclockwise direction. Now that we are prepared, we find ourselves facing a pathway and decide to start walking down it. Looking from side to side, we see all the lush beauty of all that is nature on a summer's day. The breeze is comforting and warm. As we are walking on this path, we notice a clearing to the left and what looks like a meadow. You step towards this meadow, and all you see is a field full of beautiful colored wildflowers of all different colors of the rainbow. It's like the stuff that dreams are made of. Off to the right, you see a small baby cooing and giggling, and walk over, pick them up, and start swaying him or her. It is then that you realize that you are holding yourself as a baby. You hug him or her and kiss and love upon her as much as you need when you were tiny. You send your crystalline light into this baby and communicate through this energy just how immensely you love him or her. You then merge with this version of yourself, and in doing this, your crystalline light fills and heals any wounds and transmutes anything negative into love. You look to your right and you see yourself as a 3-year-old. She truly is amazing, sitting there playing. You take her by the hand, and in doing this, communicate all the things you need to know, needed to hear as a 3-year-old. You hear nothing. You hear that nothing was ever your fault and everything will be okay. You join both hands and spin in circles, laughing and playing until your 3-year-old feels ready to heal. When that moment comes, she hugs you and you merge into one stronger and better being because of it. You are so filled with all the love. Then appears you as a beautiful little 6-year-old laughing and playing in the meadow. You walk over to him or her and join in playing. You think back to all the things that happened at that age. You look like yourself. You look yourself in the eyes, and without saying a word, your younger self just knows you were asking to take any pain that you suffered. You hold out your hands, and he or she hands it over to you. Your crystalline energy transmutes all the pain and suffering that may still be attached. You then see yourself at 12 years old. You take yourself by the hand and you start picking flowers together. You take all the flowers and you make them into a chain and create a flower crown and put it on yourself at 12 years old. In holding hands, you are taking all the pain, suffering, and negativity away from this version of yourself. So she is free, lighter, and happier to frolic in the field. You now appear as a 16-year-old. Now we all remember this age had so many hormones and growing pains. You see yourself laying in the field and you go and lay beside him or her and hold their hand. You look at each other, and in this moment, all those broken hearts, pain, and suffering is softened with the energy flowing from your hand of crystalline light. He or she rolls over and cuddles with you as she now realizes she's free of all those things that cause pain and is free to just be. She rolls over, looks you in the eyes, and thanks you with one single look, sits up, and walks off. Your 20-year-old self now appears. Although grown, she's still young and naive in so many ways. Maybe never having the opportunity to truly be young and a kid has weighed on their heart. All the stress of everyday adult life and adjusting to how things will be, the trusting people and the letting him or her down, and all of the other pains of life. You look at her and give her a huge hug. At first she stiffens, and then she begins to melt into you. She needed that hug to remind her that she's safe and looked after. She sighs, and the stress and pain melt away, being transmuted from the crystalline light. You see yourself at 25 years old. By now you have weathered many disappointments, had your heart broken in a million pieces, and put it back together again. Being let down and had to rely on yourself and yourself only. You have lost people you love in life, and the weight of the world can be truly heavy. You walk over to her, grab her hand, and pull her to frolic in the field. You get so much resistance at first, but then she begins to laugh and enjoy life again. You look at her in the eyes, and at this moment, she realizes she is not alone, and everything is going to be okay. You hug her and give her some of the crystalline light, and off she goes, lighter and happier than before. The version of yourself is standing before you now like a mirror image. You look at her with all her or him, with all of their war wounds, all of their trauma, pain, and broken hearts. You smile and you hug them and hold them for a very long while. You create this yin and yang flow, just like what was created inside of you. And you see this beautiful gold orb start to grow, surrounding you both. It is surrounding you now, and you feel all that was weighing you down currently, all your stress, worries, fears, trauma, pain, and disappointments float away. You are all of these versions of yourself. Each of these vulnerable, innocent, beautiful versions of you are still inside, very much alive. You have now created the space to let go of anything that has any of your inner child trapped and scared to be free. You have transmuted all of those things that from each version, and now it will physically release. Don't hold back any emotions that come, tears, anger, laughter, any of it. Pain will manifest differently for each person, and holding space for yourself in this moment, you realize that you are safe and you are supported, and it is okay to let go and let that stuff go. You are not what happened to yourself. You are that small, innocent, beautiful, breakable being you've seen in the beginning. Your heart is so big and magnificent. And letting go of all you have been carrying in this life, you make room to step into your purpose. All of these experiences have been shaping and readying you to do what magnificent thing you choose to do this life. First, though, you have to feel and acknowledge the pain. Don't worry, my dear, you won't break. You are so much more than you will ever know. You can handle it, and you will be scared. You'll be scared, release, leaving you lighter and healthier as a result. You can handle it, and it will be a sacred release, leaving you lighter and healthier as a result. These things hold you back from the life you came here to live. You can choose to hold on and keep carrying, or you can acknowledge them, say goodbye, and let them go like a balloon into the sky. In fact, that's exactly what you're going to do now. You look up and you see them all in the version of balloons being released into the sky. The sky is littered with them. It's such a beautiful image, and then a moment later, you become aware of yourself. You pick a flower and you put it in your hair. Pay attention to the color of it. You then walk away from the field and walk along the path back to the opening of your soul. You stop, and now you are becoming aware of us here in this moment together doing a meditation. You can stretch, yawn, smile, cry, and just be anything that you are. I will hold space for you in this healing. You are not alone, and nor will you ever be now that you are here in this space with me. You are with me for life. I love you, and I see, think, and feel all of your magnificent being. I'm going to give you a moment to wake up, and that concludes the inner child healing meditation.